Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to welcome all of you to this very special evening, the graduation ceremony for cadet classes 258 and 259. My name is Kevin Mahoney, and I'm the Director of Academy Operations here at the Lackawanna College Police Academy. Tonight marks a significant milestone in the careers of our graduates who have worked tirelessly to earn the privilege to serve and protect our communities. This is a day of pride for our cadets who have risen to the challenge of an intense and demanding training program. Before we begin, I would like to express my thanks to everyone who has contributed to the success of our program. Prior to joining the Academy as an assistant director back in 2021, I spent over 25 years as a member of the Pennsylvania State Police and worked alongside numerous graduates of this program, including municipal officers, county detectives, and state troopers. Having grown up right over the hill here in West Scranton, I knew the Lackawanna College Police Academy always had an excellent reputation as one of the first and finest municipal academies in the Commonwealth, and I was very fortunate to join the team. I would first like to thank Lackawanna College President Jill Murray and Director of Continuing Education Bill Shane for their unwavering support of our program. I would also like to thank my Assistant Director Jerry DeSoy, who is the legendary retired chief for the city of Wilkes-Barre, Lisa Senek, our administrative assistant, who will be singing the national anthem tonight, Paul Bowman, our academy training coordinator, and Beth Thompson, our admissions specialist. I would especially like to recognize our academy instructors, some of whom are here tonight. I would ask them to stand up, but they never do, so I stopped asking. We have an extensive roster of both active and retired law enforcement professionals from a variety of local, state, and federal agencies. Each one brings a level of experience and expertise that makes this program second to none. They're not here for the money, I can tell you that. They're here because they truly care about our cadets and the profession of law enforcement. I'd like to thank all the instructors here present personally for your dedication and service to this academy. Your success is our success, and I think they deserve a round of applause. I'd also like to thank our former director and current instructor, Will Oliphant, and as well as instructor Jeff Hughes, who has worked with our cadets to prepare them for tonight's ceremony. And last but not least, to the families and friends of the graduates, thank you for your unwavering support and encouragement that has helped our graduates throughout their training. We are aware that the stressors that cadets experience during training can echo into their personal lives, whether it be missed family functions, financial pressures, or just dealing with everyday issues that arise in life. Your faith and belief in them has been crucial in their success, and your continued support will strengthen them as they enter into a life of service of their communities. Today, as you witness your loved ones standing at the threshold of this incredible new chapter in their lives, take pride in their accomplishments. They represent the very best of our society, and they will continue to uphold the values and standards of the profession. Enough of me talking. I would ask all guests please stand and join me in welcoming the graduates of cadet classes 258 and 259, led by Academy instructor and United States Marine veteran Jeffrey Hughes, along with Dick McLean on the bagpipes. I would also ask that you please remain standing for the national anthem and invocation. Instructor Hughes. Please.
258 and 259. All right, march!
Instructor Hughes, please bring the class to attention for the national anthem.
March, what? Greetings act, march.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order, march. Left, right.
Our invocation this evening will be given by Father Thomas Muldowney, chaplain for the Pennsylvania State Police.
Let us pray. We come before you today with hearts filled with gratitude and joy as we gather to celebrate the graduation of these brave men and women who have chosen a path of service in law enforcement. We thank you for their dedication, sacrifice, and commitment to protect and serve our communities. Lord, we ask your guidance and wisdom to be upon these graduates as they embark on their journey as police officers. Grant them discernment to make sound decisions and the strength to uphold justice with compassion and integrity. Surround them with your protection and give them courage in the face of danger. We pray that you will instill in them a deep sense of duty and responsibility, reminding them that they serve as ambassadors of peace and agents of change in our society. Help them to build relationships built on trust and respect, fostering harmony and unity within the communities they serve. Lord, we ask your blessing upon their families who have supported and sacrificed alongside of them. Grant them comfort and peace, knowing that their loved ones are now equipped to face the challenges that lie ahead. Strengthen the bond between officers and their families, that they may find strength and courage in one another. Finally, Lord, we ask that you grant these graduates the courage to confront injustice, the compassion to show mercy, the humility to learn and grow throughout their careers. May they always seek justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with you. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Please be seated. Class 258 and 259 will now undergo their final inspection as a class. The Lackawanna College Police Academy is a paramilitary organization, just as police departments are paramilitary. Cadets are taught to follow strict rules and regulations and act in a courteous and professional manner at all times, maintain close attention to detail, and at all times conduct and present themselves in a manner which reflects a positive and professional image on our academy. The final inspection tonight is being conducted by Dominic DeNaples and Instructor Hughes. A veteran of the United States Army, Mr. DeNaples served on the college's Board of Trustees and is a longtime supporter of our police academy.
Director, I now return to you this combined class, Hazelton and Scranton. They are well and duly prepared.
Instructor Hughes, please have the cadets move to their seats on the stage. We will now hear a few words from Mr. DeNaples.
Thank you, Director. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for your attendance. My remarks tonight will be very brief, general in nature, and directed primarily to the graduates. This gathering here today again demonstrates Lackawanna College's commitment to higher learning, culture, and to getting people job ready here in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Lackawanna College has been educating and conferring degrees for a period spanning over 3 centuries. We began way back in the 1800s, all through the 1900s, and now well into the 2000s, and tonight, honor, distinction, and pride has come to visit us one more time. Tonight, the honors and the distinction rest with this combined class, Scranton and Hazleton. The pride as always will remain here in the Academy, and more especially with all of you, the families of the graduates. More especially because you are the people who helped with the transportation, the babysitting, the tuition. You are also the people who gave them that little extra push to continue on when the road here may have gotten a little bit bumpy. And yes, folks, the road is bumpy. The hill is steep and it's curvy. The way is very challenging and somewhat difficult. However, those cadets know that this is the small price that must be paid and the sacrifice that must be made in exchange for all of this, the bigger privilege and opportunity to be here tonight. Let's talk a little bit about being here tonight. Those cadets are not here tonight solely because of their choice. They're not here because they looked at the program and said, I think I like it. The price is right. Good deal. I'll sign up. No, it doesn't work that way. The screening process and the vetting process and all that is necessary prior to enrollment here is well above and beyond what the average citizen can imagine. We get many applications, but only certain few are selected. Class certification, this diploma you received tonight doesn't come alone. It takes with it certain additional obligations on your part. All of a sudden, you're going to become somewhat of a role model. You're going to be looked up to by your friends, your neighbors, your family, and more importantly, the youth and the children you come in contact with. The bar is now lifted on your personal behavior, and you must conduct yourselves accordingly. Class, you are well trained, you are well prepared, and you're scrubbed up nice and clean and shined up, and you look pretty smart tonight. What do you think, fellas? How do they look? I think they look great. However, the one single unanswered question, how will they serve? How will they protect the dignity and the integrity of the badge of a police officer? How will they keep it clean, pristine, and free from tarnish and blemish? How will they serve? Class, how will you serve? I have the answer. During the final inspection tonight, I walk through the ranks, I visit each and every one of them. And doing so, I look into the eyes and the faces of each and every one. What am I looking at? What do I see? I do not see doubt, confusion, uncertainties. I see hope, promise, confidence. I see that eagerness and willingness to learn, to discover, and to go forward in life. And life, as we all know, is one constant and continuous learning experience. A young mind receiving all of the virtues and the values of this certification can never or will never shrink or return to its former size because skill, talent, knowledge is absolutely no burden to carry. Now, when we separate and leave here today, some of you have jobs to go to, others will be seeking employment. You need to be the very, very best at whatever you endeavor into. So, set your sights high. Point your arrows upwards, skywards, and do not be afraid to take a chance, for the biggest loss will be taking no chance. Learn to apply this extra effort. Why extra effort? Because the ordinary effort does not always work. What is extra effort? Extra effort lies within. It's in your gut. It's in your mind, your backbone. Extra effort is that eagerness and willingness to learn, to discover, and go forward, and that absolute refusal to quit or to give up. Let's take a look at reality. Take a look at that real world out there today. Out in that real world today, it's the person who applies himself, the one who digs in, perseveres, and lasts the very longest. It is not always the brightest bulb that survives and becomes successful. The human body and the human mind will perform far, far beyond your expectations, but only if you challenge them. Class, today do not underestimate yourself. You can't do it. Today you will add to yourselves one new dimension of character. You will add to yourselves an indelible mark of distinction that will remain with you. And today, here and at this level, you will graduate from the absolute finest and most challenging police academy in this Commonwealth, as it now becomes your turn to maintain, add to, and build upon that long legacy that law enforcement has enjoyed throughout the ages. This great reputation is a result of those who served before you. People like our director, people like some of our presenters here tonight, our cadre of our instructors. Note in your program that all of our instructors are listed by name. And further note that they come from all walks in life and every avenue and aspect of law enforcement, and each and every one of them are experts and specialists in their own little focused areas of expertise. And they're here for a few reasons. They're here, first of all, because they understand the need for good law enforcement. They're also here because they know that all that becomes necessary to become a good police officer cannot be found online or in the textbook. They're here because they want to teach you, impart on, give to you all that they have learned, accomplished, and experienced throughout their careers. And for that, let us give the instructors their well-earned and deserved recognition. Thank you, instructors. Okay, you're certified, you're going to work. You get up in the morning, you don the uniform of the day, which consists basically of handcuffs, handgun, protective clothing, communicating devices. Tonight, the old man with the gray hair and the bald head wants to give you a few more items to put in that tool chest. And the items I'm about to give you, you must always have with you and never leave behind. Number one is physical endurance. You need to maintain your physical endurance. Number two, likewise, your mental endurance, accompanied with the ability to evaluate a situation and react prudently, promptly, correctly. Number three is courage. Maintain your courage. And finally, number four, good old-fashioned common sense. You're going to have to know how to and when to policemanize a situation, and you're going to have to know how to and when to humanize a situation, and I'm sure those traits will be honed sharply with experience. Class, you are now a product of Lackawanna College's Police Academy, and you will always wear our label. Going forward in life, you need to position yourselves and posture yourselves so that we here at Lackawanna can always be as proud of you as we are today. May God bless you. May God bless and guide our United States of America. May He give strength to the Ukrainian people, and may He watch over you throughout your entire career.
Thank you, sir. Our cadet classes have a designated chain of command. The chain of command is selected by the Academy Director and Assistant Director with input from our instructors. Having a clear chain of command introduces cadets to the organizational structure of police departments. I am pleased to introduce the chain of command for Class 258. Please stand when I announce your name. Class Captain, Brandon Crossley. Class Lieutenant, Olivia Mutual. And Class Sergeant, Eric Laub. For Class 259, our class captain, Nicholas Zazo. Class Lieutenant, Emily Hawthorne. Class Sergeant, Johan Vasquez. And Class Sergeant, Philip Veet. Class 258, Captain Crossley will now address the class and our audience. The rest of you can be seated.
I'd like to start by thanking the administration and especially the instructors for all the time they spent with us, and more importantly, all the knowledge they passed down to us throughout this academy. I would love to be able to call out every instructor we had, but I'm pretty sure Class 258 went through every instructor this academy has to offer. To my fellow cadets, we made it. It's been a long 11 months. From Mr. Urbanski forgetting what he was talking about and asking Lob what was on his mind, to being threatened with Mr. Oliphant's dreaded Schmiddock. We endured all 4 seasons over the course of 5 weeks at the shooting range to be shooters ready, and Colin even survived his car ride with Mr. Bowman. We started as strangers who were all at different points in our lives, but we quickly grew into a little family. We even adopted Olivia along the way. Our weekly breakfast at Glider will always hold a special place in my heart, right alongside our comically large pencils that I'm sure Mr. Schoner will be talking about for years to come. I look forward to seeing where this career takes us, and I'm proud to be able to call all of you my brothers and sisters. Thank you for allowing me to be your captain and growing with me throughout this journey through law enforcement. That brings me to today. Today, we gather here to celebrate our graduation from the Lackawanna College Police Academy. We stand proud, having completed rigorous training and preparation to embark on a noble journey to serving and protecting our communities. As we reflect on our path, we acknowledge the dedication and sacrifice that brought us here. We endured countless challenges, pushing ourselves beyond our limits to become the best versions of ourselves. Today, we stand as the embodiment of courage, integrity, and compassion. We are the guardians of the neighborhoods, defenders of the defenseless, and the voices for those who cannot speak. Let us never forget the importance of empathy. Our duty extends beyond enforcing the law. It encompasses building bridges, fostering trust, and upholding values that form the foundation of our profession. Success is measured by the positive differences we make in lives. Our duty is to protect, uplift, and be a beacon of hope. As we embark on this noble journey, let us remain united, supporting and inspiring one another. Together, we can overcome challenges, forging ahead with purpose. Today marks the culmination of our journey through this police academy. We are entrusted with upholding justice and safeguarding our communities. Congratulations, my fellow graduates. May we serve with honor, integrity, and unwavering dedication. Thank you.
Captain Zazo, you're up.
Thank you, Director Mahoney. Cadets, administration, instructors, police department command staff, honored guests, parents, family, friends, and random people who just show up to these things, thank you for being here to celebrate the graduating classes of the Lackawanna College Cadet Academy. Before I begin, I need to take care of one order of business. Director Mahoney? Hi, how are you? So just a quick question for you. I was under the impression this was a paid speaking engagement. Did you write the check yet? No? Oh, okay, gotcha. I could take credit, debit? No, okay, fair enough. Knowing my luck, instead of being paid, I will be billed for giving this speech. As Director Mahoney said, my name is Nick Zasso, and I have had the absolute honor and privilege of being captain of Class 259. I'm so beyond proud of everybody in this class. We started this academy on November 2nd as complete strangers, and we quickly grew into a team that has built lifelong friendships with each other. I'm not going to sit here and lie to everybody and say that everything has gone perfectly these last few months. We have had our ups and downs. Being captain of this class has even given me some gray hairs. In fact, I've actually named them after the cadets who have given them to me. For example, this one's Brad Keene, and this one would be Zach King. See what I'm dealing with here, folks? But through every obstacle we may have faced as a class, we persevered through together. I want to point out that this graduation is not just to celebrate these amazing people sitting on this stage, but it's also to celebrate the people who helped guide us to this moment. As I look around this auditorium today, I see an incredible community, a community of family, friends, instructors, academy staff, department personnel, and everyone else who helped get us to this point. We would not be sitting in these seats right now if it was not for this community. I'm sure everybody sitting here in front of me can agree that the police academy, police work, and life in general can be a difficult, unpredictable, emotional roller coaster. But it was this community that surrounds us today that kept us grounded. It was this community that kept us going even when we didn't think we could. Graduates, it's now our turn to repay this community. The best way we do that is to be the best police officers we can be. The most hardworking, proactive, honest, and ethical police officers. I have no doubt that everybody sitting on this stage before you is going to be that kind of police officer. As we begin the next chapter in our lives, we should never forget our time here at the Academy. We should never forget all the lessons we learned and the relationships we have built. We should remember all the good times and even the bad, because it was in those bad times that we learned the most about ourselves and the world around us. I think we all leave with a sense of gratitude to this police academy for being an influential factor in who we are today and the type of police officers that we are going to be tomorrow. We are about to embark on a career path that will challenge us, test our morals, and push us out of our comfort zones. Through these tough times, we must remember to stay true to ourselves, stick to our principles, and always remember that community that I talked about before will always be right there behind us, supporting us, and fighting alongside us. Now let's go do our parts to make our communities a better place. Thank you, and God bless.
We have a guest speaker tonight. Tonight's speaker is Luzerne County District Attorney Sam Sangladoce. I massacre that name every time I try to say it. You will be referred to as Sam from the rest of his introduction. As District Attorney, he serves as the Chief Law Enforcement Officer of Luzerne County. He's a graduate of the University of Scranton, where he received a bachelor's degree of science in economics. He went on to graduate from the Dickinson School of Law of the Pennsylvania State University, where he obtained his Juris Doctorate. For over 20 years, Sam has served the citizens of Luzerne County, first as an Assistant District Attorney, then as First Assistant DA under then District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis. In November 2021, he was elected as District Attorney, and in the 2023 primary election, won both the Republican and Democrat nomination for another term as DA. Throughout his career, Sam has handled over 50 jury trials, securing a number of successful prosecutions of high-profile cases, including a double murder conviction of notorious killer Hugo Zielinski, a triple murder conviction of Preston Bonnet, who killed 3 children in a house fire, and a double murder conviction of J. Sean Johnson, who shot 3 people in Wilkes-Barre, killing 2 and blinding a 3rd. it is my honor and distinct privilege to introduce District Attorney Cindy Lagoche.
That's a heck of an introduction. Thank you very much. Thank you, Director Mahoney, Assistant Director DeSoy, Mr. DeNaples, all of the staff at Lackawanna College Police Academy that make this possible, and most especially to the cadets and the friends and family who are here in support of your efforts. It's truly my honor to be here to speak to the future of policing in Northeast PA and all over the state of Pennsylvania. Despite the introduction that was given about me, the one thing I can say is that when I started law school in 1998, and even when I graduated in 2001, I only knew two things about what I wanted for my future. One was that I wanted nothing to do with criminal law, and the other is that I didn't want to do trial work because I was afraid of public speaking. Sometimes God's plan is better than your plan. And that kind of goes to what I think about the cadets here today. A few weeks ago, I was asked to speak at the Wilkes-Barre City Retirees Memorial Service. And I was thinking to myself, you know, these guys served 20, some of them 30 years in law enforcement. They have seen everything there is to see. What do you say to people that have seen everything there is to see? How do you inspire them? And I thought to myself, maybe I'll recount some of what it was like for them to be police, the things that I've seen that I know that they have also seen. And I thought to myself, not long after that, when I was asked to speak to the cadets tonight, I thought, well, you know, what do you say to people who have not yet seen all the things there are to see in police work? And I came up with the same conclusion. I wanted to foreshadow a little of what you all might see in your careers as police officers. One of the most impressive things I saw this evening, and this is a testament to both their youth and my age, I guess. I don't know if any of you noticed this, but both captains pulled tiny pieces of paper out of their pockets and read what I thought was like the lettering on an aspirin bottle without glasses. I am not so fortunate, so I'm going to need my glasses. We've seen over the course of my career in law enforcement a change in policing. It's more than, you know, walking the beat on the streets of Mayberry. In fact, some of the cadets here may not even know what Mayberry is. We're bombarded by media reports that show any error a police officer makes anywhere in the United States, and it's played on a loop over and over as if that's the only thing that happened in policing. We don't see the thousands or even millions of good things police officers do every single day. They've made the correct split-second decision under extreme duress and did the right thing, and we never hear it. Make no mistake, everyone knows we can have improvements everywhere. But of the millions of police interactions per day, it's only the one mistake that's highlighted. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what people call the job. Anybody that knows anyone in policing, that's how they refer to being a police officer. I'm on the job. Were you on the job? How long were you on the job? In my opinion, however, that's incorrect. Referring to being a police officer as a job is not what it is. I don't think anyone that becomes a police officer sits around the house and thinks to themselves, you know, I think I'm going to be a police officer because, you know, it's an 8-hour shift and a decent paycheck. Conversely, being a police officer is a calling. The police officers I know, at least the good ones, they lose sleep thinking about the work, thinking about that spouse that's being abused, the hit-and-run perpetrator that's still missing, the murderer that hasn't yet been caught. While everyone around them is lying, the criminal's lying, your witnesses are lying, sometimes the defense attorney is lying. You don't get that privilege, right? Like Mr. DeNaples said, you have to do it better and cleaner than the next guy. One lie from you and your reputation is shot. That's all you have, your reputation throughout your whole career. While we are held to a higher standard, the people in law enforcement, it's not a cross you should lament bearing. Rather, it's a burden you should welcome. Because, again, you're able to get the job done, and you do it better and cleaner than everyone else. The best summary that I can give about life as a police officer was not written by me, it was written by someone else. And so, rather than try to recreate this wheel, I'd like to read it to you. And I'd like it to be something that you remember throughout your career. It's a description of what all of the things a policeman or policewoman must be. A policeman is a composite of what all men are, a mingling of a saint and a sinner, a dust and a deity. Gold statistics wave the fan over the stinkers, underscore instances of dishonesty and brutality because they are new. What they really mean is that they are exceptional, unusual, not commonplace. Buried under the frost is the fact that less than 0.5% of policemen misfit the uniform. That's a better average than you'd find among clergy. No offense, Father. What is a policeman made of? He, of all men, or she, of all women, is at once the most needed and the most unwanted. He is a strangely nameless creature who is sir or miss to his or her face and fuzz to their back. He must be such a diplomat that he can settle differences between individuals so that each person thinks he won. But if a policeman is neat, he's conceited. If he's careless, he's a bum. If he's pleasant, he's flirting. If not, he's a grouch. He must make an instant decision, which would require months for any lawyer to make, and it has indeed taken me months to make some of them. But if he hurries, he's careless. If he's deliberate, he's lazy. He must be the first to an accident and infallible in his diagnosis. He must be able to start breathing, stop bleeding, tie splints, and above all, be sure the victim goes home without a limp or expect to be sued. The police officer must know every gun, draw on the run, and hit where it doesn't hurt. He must be able to whip two men twice his size and half his age without damaging his uniform and without being brutal. If the officer gets punched, he's a coward. If he's required to throw a punch, he's a bully. A policeman must know everything and not tell. He must know where all the sin is and not partake. A policeman must, from a single strand of hair, be able to describe the crime, the weapon, and the criminal, and tell you where the criminal is hiding. But if he catches the criminal, he's lucky. If he doesn't, he's a dunce. If he gets promoted, he has political pull. If he doesn't, he's a dullard. The policeman must chase a bum lead to a dead end, stake out 10 nights to tag one witness who saw it happen but refused to remember. The policeman must be a minister, a social worker, a diplomat, a tough guy, and a gentleman. And of course, he has to be a genius, for he will have to do it all on a policeman's salary. That, in sum, is just a small part of what it's like and what you have to look forward to. That is a lot of things to be, and I have every confidence that you can be all of them, as well as anyone ever has. I'm very proud to say that Northeast Pennsylvania is not one of those places that champion this defunding of police that we've been hearing about. Again, not to say we can't make the profession better, we always can. But our residents appreciate the work you do, the dangers you face, and the resources that are lacking while you still get the job done. We recognize that today, looking into a camera can be almost as detrimental as looking into the barrel of a gun. If you say the wrong thing, your career can be over. Today, all of us stand here to celebrate you graduates. We appreciate the courage and the fortitude you have to undertake this calling. We also celebrate the families that are here to support you in this endeavor, the moms and dads, wives, husbands, children, boyfriend and girlfriends that stand at the threshold every day to wonder if you'll come home. Make no mistake, they face the same stresses, risks, and fears, and they will support you throughout. This job has never been easy, and it is not for everyone. But those that can make it a career, they make it more than a job, more than a paycheck. It's a calling for you all to protect the weak, defend the innocent, and hunt down the guilty. Again, it's truly an honor to be a part of your work. May God bless you all and keep you safe in exchange for doing the work He has sent you to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. It's class award time. The awards we give out tonight cover a number of categories, and the recipients are unaware if they won the award until this very moment. All awards will be presented by my Assistant Director, Jerry DeStoy. The Driving Proficiency Award is sponsored by the Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Association. The award for Class 258 goes to Cadet Eric Laub. The Driving Proficiency Award for Class 259 goes to Cadet Brian DeLuca. The next award created a big issue for me. The Handgun Proficiency Award is sponsored by the Northeastern Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Association, and it goes to the cadet who has the highest handgun qualification score. Easy, right? Who shot best? I'm in my office one day, and Jerry walks in and says, "We got a problem." I said, "What's the problem?" He said, "There's too many of them." I said, "Too many of what?" He said, "They're like the Delta Force. We have too many sharpshooters." So I thought, well, what do I do in this situation? Feats of strength to determine the winner? Pick one. You can't pick a favorite. It's like picking your favorite kid. Even if you have one, you don't say it out loud. So I said, the hell with it. They all deserve recognition. So you'll get certificates later because there's way too many of you. But when I call your name, please stand up and be recognized. For Class 258, we have a three-way tie, each scoring a near perfect 248 out of 250. Now, I was a firearms instructor for 21 years with the Pennsylvania State Police. I can count probably on two hands how many perfect scores I saw in that 21 years. So this is quite an accomplishment. Brandon Crossley. Eric Laub. And Colin Zeletsky. Please remain standing. Now, Class 259 did not have one perfect score. They had 9 perfect scores. So, here we go again. Please stand to be recognized. Cadet David Booker. Desmond Cannon. Seth Hart. Emily Hawthorne. Larry Hopkins. Noah Smith. Joanne Vasquez. Philip Veet. And our funny speaker, Captain Zazzo. Ladies and gentlemen, the Magnificent Dozen. Okay, you could all be seated. Now, this is not only a credit to the quality of the cadets that we have in both of our programs. This is a credit to our outstanding firearms training unit. Some of who are here tonight, but again, they will not stand if I ask them to, but I see some sitting right over there. So gentlemen, thank you very much. Awesome job. I'd also like to acknowledge senior firearms instructor for Hazleton, Larry Serkin, who unfortunately could not attend tonight's ceremony. I know that was a disappointment to the Hazleton class, but he did want me to extend his sincere congratulations to all cadets who are graduating tonight. So congratulations. All right, back to one person per award. The High Scholastic Award goes to the cadet with the highest academic average of all courses combined. The award is presented in memory of former Assistant District Attorney and past Director Mary Ann Grippo. For 258, Captain Crossley. For class 259, which I think was probably one of the highest average scores we've probably ever recorded here, Emily Hawthorne. The Trooper Joshua Miller Physical Fitness Award recipient is chosen based on scores of all physical fitness testing throughout the Academy program. Trooper Miller was a graduate of this Academy, and I first met Josh when I was a trooper in Tunkhannock in the late 1990s, where he was an officer for the Tunkhannock Borough Police Department. He joined the state police in 2002 and was shot and killed in the line of duty on June 7th, 2009. The Josh Miller Physical Fitness Award for Class 258, Captain Crossley. I'm sensing a pattern here. And for Class 259, Cole Schaefer. For the past several years, our Academy has been in collaboration with the Never Forgotten Motorcycle Ride. The organization is dedicated to the welfare of police officers and first responders while keeping the memory of our fallen comrades alive. Tonight, they are very generously donating a $100 gift certificate for Star Uniform to every graduating cadet to assist them as they commence their careers in law enforcement. On behalf of the entire Academy staff, I would like to thank this organization for their generous contribution to our new graduates. Each cadet will receive their gift certificate as they receive their diplomas. With us tonight, representing the Never Forgotten Motorcycle Ride, is retired Scranton Police Officer Paul Reed and retired Scranton Police Officer Ethan Golden. Thank you, gentlemen. Another tradition of the Academy is the presentation to every graduating cadet a challenge coin, which depicts our Academy logo, honor, integrity, and courage. Every graduating cadet will receive the Academy Challenge coin in the graduation packets. Time for diplomas. Before we distribute our diplomas tonight, I would like to thank the police departments that sponsored cadets in our classes. The Hazleton Police Department, the Nanticoke Police Department, the Shamokin Police Department, and the Canton Police Department. I would also like to thank the many departments who have hired or are in the process of hiring our graduating cadets. Thank you for entrusting us to prepare your future officers. And also thank you because due to this section, this is the safest place in a 400 square mile area right now. We could invade a small country just with this section. Our cadets have the option to have an active or retired first responder, law enforcement officer, or military member present their graduation certificates on stage. I will now ask Assistant Director DeSoy to assist me in presenting the certificates. At this time, I would also ask those individuals who will be presenting certificates who are not already seated to please come to the left side of the theater, and Mr. Hughes will assist you. Thank you.
Class 258, Cadet Captain Crossley. Certificate presented by Dominic Rinaldi, Dunmore firefighter, retired. Cadet Sergeant Lobb, presented by Officer Kyle Watson, Salisbury Township PD. Cadet Lieutenant Muschel, presented by Chief Thomas Carroll, Scranton PD. Cadet Nikki Took, Cadets Salvinelli, Cadet Shedletsky, Cadet Satala, Class 259 Hazleton. Cadet Booker, certificate presented by Canine Officer Evan Pryler, Mount Carmel Borough PD. Cadet Cannon, certificate presented by his grandfather, Sergeant John Cannon, United States Army, retired. Cadet D'Amato, certificate presented by Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassett. Cadet DeLuca, Certificate presented by his cousin, Officer Rachel DeLuca, Fairview Township PD. Cadet Dietrich, certificate presented by Mayor Jeff Cassatt, Hazleton. Cadet Flores, certificate presented by Detective First Grade Gloria Nelson, NYC PD, her sister. Cadet Grassley, certificate presented by his father, Sergeant Joe Grassley, Scott Township PD. Cadet Gutierrez, certificate presented by Mayor Jeff Cassatt, Hazleton. Cadet Hart, certificate presented by Chief Raymond Psycho, Shamokin PD. Cadet Lieutenant Hawthorne, certificate presented by Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassatt. Cadet Hopkins, certificate presented by Chief John Gardner, State College PD. Cadet Hysock, certificate presented by Patrolman Matt Williams, Shenandoah PD. Cadet Janner, certificate presented by Chief Michael Weaver, Nesquehoning PD. Cadet Keene, certificate presented by Officer Anthony Wakus, Nanticoke City PD. Cadet King, certificate presented by Chief Michael Roque, Nanticoke PD. Cadet Marchetti, Cadet Mercadante, certificate presented by Patrolman Thomas Mercadante, Hanover Township PD. Cadet Moser, certificate presented by Patrolman Tom Moser, Pocono Township PD. Cadet Scarpelli, Cadet Schaefer, certificate presented by Trooper Logan, Wilmelsdorf, Pennsylvania State Police. Cadet Smith, certificate presented by Chief Raymond Psycho, Shamokin PD. Cadet Sergeant Joanne Vasquez, certificate presented by Mayor Jeff Cassat. Cadet Christian Vasquez, certificate presented by Corporal Jason Hayes, Catawissa Township PD. Cadet Sergeant Beat, certificate presented by Mayor Jeff Cassat, Hazleton. Cadet Vermilia, certificate presented by Chief Doug Seeley, Canton Borough PD. All right, paramedics may stand down. Cadet Weber. Cadet Captain Zazo, certificate presented by Captain Scott Dempsey, Bushkill Township PD.
All right, one more time for all of them. The final portion of our ceremony tonight is the Fallen Officer Tribute. Every cadet class chooses a fallen officer to whom they dedicate their training and education. The tradition underscores the seriousness of their duties performed by law enforcement, as well as the importance of performing with honor and integrity. By doing so, they honor the men and women who have laid down their lives in service to the community. Class 258 has chosen Chester City Officer Connie Hawkins, who was killed in the line of duty on July 1st, 1993. Class 259 has chosen Chief Justin McIntyre of the Breckenridge Borough Police Department, who was killed in the line of duty on January 2nd of this year. Officer Hawkins was shot and killed when she responded to a 911 hang-up call in the 200 block of West 5th Street at approximately 11:30 p.m. on July 1st, 1993. She knocked on the door, and a man inside suddenly opened fire, one shot, fatally wounding her. The man, who was a Philadelphia Housing Authority police officer, then murdered his ex-girlfriend before fleeing the home. He was later stopped by the Delaware State Police and arrested for DUI. The gun used to murder Officer Hawkins was located inside the vehicle. The man was convicted of Officer Hawkins' murder and sentenced to death. Officer Hawkins had served with the Chester Police Department for 3 years. She was survived by her husband and son. Chief of Police Justin McIntyre was shot and killed near the intersection of Breckenridge Avenue and Morgan Street during a foot pursuit of a wanted suspect. The man was wanted for a probation violation involving weapons and had fled from the Pennsylvania State Police during a traffic stop the previous night. He then fled on foot from Harrison Township the following morning during a traffic stop. At about 2 p.m., he was located near the border of Breckenridge Borough and Tarrenton Borough and led officers on a foot pursuit for over 2 hours. He opened fire on officers in the 900 block of Breckenridge Avenue and again in the 800 block of 3rd Avenue, in which Chief McIntyre was killed, and a Tarrenton Borough police officer was wounded. After shooting both officers, the man carjacked a vehicle and fled into the city of Pittsburgh. He then fled into a wooded area after a vehicle pursuit and opened fire on officers. He was shot and killed by return fire. Chief McIntyre had been sworn in as the police chief of the Breckenridge Borough Police exactly 4 years earlier. At this time, I would ask that class officers for 258 and 259 step forward for the banner ceremony. The Lackawanna College Police Academy Guidon is adorned with banners bearing the names of fallen officers honored by our cadet classes. It stands at the entrance to our academy classrooms as a reminder to our cadets of those officers that made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. Captain Sazo, please affix the banner to the, Captain Crossley, please affix the banner to the guidon. Captain Zazo, please affix the banner to your guidon. At this time, I would ask the audience to stand for the playing of taps and for Instructor Hughes to bring the class to attention. Please be seated. Well, we have come to the end of our program. I would like to thank everyone for being here tonight. Before we all leave, I'd like just to say a few words to our graduates. To Cadet Class 258, as members of our part-time program, you have been here in training for nearly a year. Many of you have jobs and families, and when the rest of the world was sitting down for dinner or planning a weekend getaway, you were here. That takes a high level of dedication and perseverance, and I commend you all. Class 259, you are a textbook example of how a large group of individuals from diverse backgrounds and hometowns and ages can come together as a cohesive team, support each other, and accomplish great things. And I'm going off script. These are the two easiest classes that I have had since I've been here. I would go into Jerry's office and say, give me something. What'd they do? What'd they do? Nothing. No gray hairs on this head, thanks to these guys and ladies. As you all go and serve and protect your communities, remember that law enforcement is a noble calling that requires constant learning, adaptability, and empathy. You will be called to uphold the law and safeguard public safety, but also to respect and uphold the rights and dignity of all people, regardless of background or circumstance. In this current climate of heightened scrutiny and accountability of law enforcement, you have the vital role to play in earning and maintaining the trust of the public you serve. I am exceedingly proud of all of you. I wish you nothing but great success in the future. And you always have a home here at the Lackawanna College Police Academy. Thank you. Thank you very much. And this is the best crowd I've seen in a long time, so thank you all too. I usually hear silence up here, so this is great. Thank you all. Thanks, everybody. Drive safe.